everyone, welcome in. It's Coinholics Anonymous. My name is Dolls Dolly and I have a problem. I love coins. Welcome, guys. So I'll give you guys some time to come in. And if you share me out, please let me know. Also say hi, let me know that you're here. You get rid of that overshadow there. Let's back that up a bit. So while I wait for more people to come in, today we're talking about barber halves. I'll show you some of the cool stuff I got. Don't have any more of these left. They're all sold. But these are really cool. Did just get these in. Maybe I should turn the light down a bit. Not up. There we go. But these are all sold. I don't have any more of those left, unfortunately. Hey, Dr. Who, glad to see you. Got these. Got a couple of these. Only one available, though. These are really cool. It has the holographic design to it. I don't know if you can see it on the cam. As you guys come in, say hi, let me know you're here. I promise I don't bite unless it involves coins or cookies. There's only 10,000 of those mintage. Those are really cool. Those sell really well, you guys. Highly sought after, 100 years of wonder. Hey, Dizzy, how are you? Face reveal. Did you see my face? Let's see. Hey, Dub Season, glad to see you. Face reveal. Can you guys see my face? So I did not have a lot of time to prepare today because I had some visitors. But we can wing it. We're going to talk about barber halves today. For all you new coin collectors out there or your seasoned ones. I got Harry Potter. I'll kind of show some of these coins until more people come in. Did a video on it. I'm running out of room, you guys. I got so many coins. If I'm moving a little too fast on showing you, let me know. I'll slow it down. These just came today. Maybe you can see it. Can you guys see that? That sunlight, man. Today we're talking about barber halves. No auctions today, though. Maybe later. We might have an auction. Welcome in, by the way, Dennis. Glad to see you. Look at that bad boy. That one's a really cool piece. Yeah, Mondays is Coinholics Anonymous, where we talk about all things coins. So that way the new beginners can learn. And the old ones, the seasoned ones, can also help. This is the Wizard of Oz. Warner Brothers. This one I really like. It's the only one I got. Those were hard to get my hands on. And this one you can kind of see my face. And then last but not least for today. Yeah, if I can get it to open. Did I put this in wrong? No, I didn't. The Batman comics. Forgot to put that piece back in there. So it's the Batman #1. So it shows you the Batman #1 comic cover. The very first issue. So that's all of those. We'll put those off to the side. That's right, Dove Season. Grab a cup of coffee. Well, I don't know about a day-old donut, but if that's all you got, that would do. And pull up a chair and let the meeting begin. So we're going to talk about barber halves. And usually I try to wait for Miss Lisa C, to get in here. Because she's trying to learn. But she can always come back and rewatch the live if she has to. Unless she's lurking in the background. We'll see, huh? So make sure you guys are hitting that thumbs up. Show my channel some love. If you're watching in the background and you're new to this channel, please hit subscribe and that bell so you can be notified anytime I go live and anytime I post in my community tab. And it's free. It doesn't cost you a darn thing. Let me find my barber halves where I had it marked. I lost my markings. Here we go. So barber halves are also known as Liberty heads. Well, let's hope so. Maybe they will. Usually when people share out, others come in. It does help. So Liberty head, and they're from 1892 to 1915. So like the dime and the $quarter, it was designed by Charles E. Barber, whose initial B is at the truncation of the neck. So some of the key dates to look out for, and I lost my notes too, so of course the first year, 1892, it would be the O mint. Specifically, the micro O is a highly sought after piece because there's only 3,000, I think, known with the micro O. I could be wrong. That number could be different. And I'll put you on that list, by the way, Dizzy. Thanks for letting me know. I just had the list. Where did I put it? That's okay. I'll write you down on this paper. And we will be doing the 1 ounce giveaway, not today because of everything that was going on today. I couldn't do the will because I tried to get it up and ready before I go live. So we'll probably do it on Wednesday. But more likely we will do it on Wednesday. I guess I need to get a pen because I don't have it to my pencil. All right, got you down, Dizzy. And thank you so much for sharing me out. I appreciate that. And I'm going a little bit earlier than I usually do. But anyway, 1892 micro O is a highly sought after piece. Even in poor condition, it can go for $3,750. That's a lot. The next one would be the 1892S. I'm sorry. Wrong. Scratch that. It'd be the 1893S. And that has only 740,000 minted. And also, you guys, just so you know, the weight on these barbers should be 12.50 grams. The composition is 90% silver, 10% copper. The diameter is 30.6 millimeters. It does have a reeded edge. And the mints that minted them were Philadelphia, Denver, New Orleans, and San Francisco. So if you guys don't know, if you have your red book, this is what a barber half looks like. Sorry if my finger's in the way. It says $50 on the back. That's a really nice one there. The mint mark you can see right there below the tail. So if it's anything other than Philadelphia, that's where you'll find it. The next key date is 1894P. You like the barber halves, Dizzy? Those are my favorite too. It's kind of hard to find these in really good condition. I'm surprised. As many as barber halves as I've ever had, getting them in really good condition is extremely impossible. So they must have been well loved. Hey, Carrie Z. Thank you. I'll put you down. Thanks for sharing me out, Carrie Z. All right. So we did the 1894 at 1,148,000. That's the next key date. So I'm just going to kind of go over the key dates real quick. The next key date is an 1895S at 1,108,086 minted. The next one is the 1896O at 924,000 minted. And then the next one oh, I got to sneeze. Oh my gosh. My allergies are acting up, you guys. The pollen is bad. It'll be the 1897O at 632,000 minted. And even in very poor condition on this one as well is $165. That's crazy. And the next one is going to be the 1898O barber half. If you can get that in an MS63, man, that's a pretty good payday. The next date would be 1899S at 1,686,411 minted. That's a nice payday too if you get an MS63 on that one. You're looking about almost $3,000. So the next key date is the 1900S at 2,560,322 minted. That's pretty good on the payday too for MS63. There's no proof 63 known. Oh, excuse me. The next one is going to be the 1900S, like I said, 2,560,322. The next one is a 1901S, 847,000 and 44 minted. That's a beautiful payday on that one if you get an MS63. Oh my gosh, that's about $7,000. 1902S is the next one at 1,460,670. That's still a pretty good payday, $3,000 on that one for an MS63. The next one is a 1903S at 1,700 minted, and I think I have a barber half. Where did I put it? Sitting right up here. And she's actually, no, it's a quarter. Barber quarter is what I got. I was thinking it was a half. You don't see too many barber quarters. But I'll use it because it's the same design. We'll set it right here. So you have something to look at. Look at that thing. It's a beauty. The next one is the 1903S at 1,920,772. And an MS63 condition is 1,700. We'll also kind of go over some of the varieties you can find with them because there is some. Not a whole lot, but there is some. The next key date is 553,038 minted. It's a 1904S. Oh my gosh. That's a good one to find. That's a down payment on a house. And an MS63. It's almost $20,000. The next one is a 1905. Oh, and that one's at 505,000 minted. And an MS63 condition, it goes for $1,750. The 1906, it would be the O at 2,446,000 minted. 1,550 for an MS63. Not bad. The next one is a 1907S. It is a 1,250,000 minted. That's a pretty nice chunk payment for a down payment on a house. 5,500 for an MS63 in that year. The next one would be a 1908. Looks like there is 545 of them that are proof-like. And the 1908P. Hey, Lisa, welcome in. Glad to see you. So again, 545 of them are proof-like out of 1,354,000 on the 1908 P Barber. Not really nice for what you get on an MS63. You want the proof 63. That's 1,100. You didn't miss too much, Lisa, I promise. The next one is a 1909 L barber half. And that's 925,400 minted. For an MS63 is 1,900. So that's a good chunk there too. So the 1910 didn't have very many minted that year. I wonder why that is. It was only the P and the S in 1910. So the P in 1910 had 551 proof like. And for the proof, it would go for proof 63, it would go for 1,100 on the P. And the S, and the P is the one you want because there's only 418,000 minted. And then the S one, give me a second, you guys. My mom's calling. I just hope it's not an emergency. Okay. I'm back, you guys. So the next one, 1910S, was only 1,948,000 minted, 1,800 in MS63. 1911 only had 3 different year mint marks. So that's another one. It went from the O to, well, I can see why, because in 1904, the New Orleans Mint shut down due to something. I forget what it was. I'm sorry. No, it wasn't. I believe after a certain date, New Orleans Mint did shut down, and I can't remember what year that was. So 1911D is the one you want, and that's what I have in the quarter. I don't know if that's the same in the quarter. But 1911D and the barber half is only 695,000 and 80 minted, and MS63 is 825. The next one would be the 1912, and that's 825 and an MS63. And they had 1,550,000 minted. So the next couple years, it's like just either the PD and S or the PD, and that's it. 1913. The 1913D is the one you want. It's 534,000 minted. And an MS63 condition, it goes for 950. The 1914. And it would be the P, 124,230 minted. That one's a nice payday if you come across it. That one's 2,400 for an MS63. And then the last year is always a key date for sure because it's the last year minted. 1915, it would be the P, 138,000. Good chunk for an MS63, almost $3,000. So those are all the key dates for a barber half. Let's see if I can pull up some of the varieties for you. Oh, don't end the broadcast. That's not what we want. How are you today, Lisa? So what they're saying, according to NGC Coins, is the most desirable barber half dollar mint mark variety is the 1892 O with a micro O mint mark. Good to hear that, Lisa. I'm glad you're hanging in there. So let's see what they say about that. And I'm going to share the screen. That way you can see some other varieties they have up there. So the 1892, I'm going to pull it up real quick. It says cross-referenced by Vivaz Stanton. So he must be the person that found it and discovered it. So the O mint mark was intended for the $quarter and it was used on the die for $half. So they took the O mint mark that was supposed to be used on the quarter and put it on the halves instead by accident. So it says the third image shows a normal O mint mark for comparison. So if you wanted to see what it looked like on a half, this is what it should look like. And these are the micro. All right, I'm going to stop sharing the screen for a minute. See if we can pull up any more varieties for you. So also PCJ says the peak production for barber halves. Let's see here. It did say that. Give me a second. Yeah, it took place in 1908 when the four mints turned out a total of more than 11 million pieces. So at the time, the United States had a population of around 90 million people. So that's why they produced that many that year. Oh, I didn't even know that. In 1906, the year of the Great Earthquake, the San Francisco Mint struck more than 1.7 million half dollars. Amid the devastation, it was rumored that an armed gang intended to steal $200 million in coins and bullion from the Granite Lady, as the fortress-like building was called. So, as sometimes things like this happen, hearsay became fact, and a San Francisco newspaper erroneously reported that more than a dozen people were shot during an attempted robbery at the Mint. Huh. Interesting. So they were saying even after 1915, which was the last. Now I'll pull this up so you can see it. Not barber dime, barber half. So anyway, they were saying that even though 1915 was the last year for the barber half, they continued to make the barber dime and quarter. Oh, so they did it for only like 2 more years because Charles Barber passed away in 2 years after, like in February 18th, 1917. Very suddenly. So he actually held all the ones that had the rare, like, mint marks and stuff for the longest time until they were sold to the public. Interesting facts from PCGS. Okay. We'll stop sharing that. So, like I said, with barber halves, there really isn't too many varieties with them. So there's a Type 1 Averse on the 1896, a Type 1 Averse on the 1896O, and the 1896S. Then in 1901, they used a Type 2 Averse, which means the cartilage in the center of Liberty's ear. And the Type 1 Averse was the no cartilage in the Liberty's ear. So pay attention to that when you're looking at these. And then I'm going to share the screen so you know where to find this information at a later date. So if you're ever going through and you're collecting barber halves, you have something to go back on and look. So this is at barbercoins.org. They work on these varieties. I don't know if they really show any pictures, but they might. But the main page, I haven't gone past the main page. They're really good at this. They well known for the varieties and the barber halves. So this gives you a whole list of the varieties to look at or to look for. So there is some doubled and triple dyes in certain years, like the 1892 DDO, the 1892 TDR, the 1893 TDR, which means triple, double, dye, reverse, 1902 DDO. Hey, Jesse, glad to see you. Lucky number 6 here. I thought it was lucky number 7 or 13. But hey, I'll go with that too. Still lucky. So it gives you like all kinds on this one, and you can look at this yourself on your own if you wanted to give you some ideas. Let's see if there's some pictures. So the 1898 O Micro O they have that too. So, okay, see if I can pull this up for you guys to see it better. No, I can't get to expand any more than that. So I'm sorry if you guys can't really see that. But barbercoins.org is where you can find this information. They do show some pictures, obviously. So you know what to look for. Yeah. So that one was for, oh, it didn't even show the pictures, did it? Let's see if I can pull it back up. So this is for the inverted S, which means it's flipped upside down. And that one's more common on the 1911 S. So that's pretty much it for the barber halves. I will have some more information next week. I don't want to go too far in depth in it because there's not a whole lot of people here, and I did go early. And I'll try to have more next week for you guys. Only been on for a half an hour. Did I lose you guys? I lost the chat. So if you guys have any questions so far on barber halves, anything in particular that you want info on, please put it in the chat below, and I will try to have it for you next week on barber halves. And if I don't know the information on it, there is a lot of great people in the community that can help me. Hey, Jimmy, glad to see you. So this is a quarter, you guys. This is not a barber half. And then after next week, we'll have to determine what we are going to do next. And Lisa's still here. Thank you so much for staying here, Lisa, and hanging out. There's a lot to learn when it comes to coin collecting. Everybody also just has to go back and rewatch the video for the live stream to get more information. How are you today, Jimmy? This is an 1816D. I'm kind of curious as to what that's worth. I never looked it up. Not bad. Good, Jimmy. Glad to hear that. So for all you newbies out there, what would you grade that quarter at? The barber quarter. If you was to take a wild guess and determine the grade on it, where do you think this quarter would fall? I don't know if you guys can see that. There we go. Nice, Jimmy. That's an awesome win. It's always cool to be able to give you guys awesome coins at a great deal. There we go. Maybe. So if I was to grade this coin, in my opinion, it's probably an extra fine plus. You can still see a great amount of detail to the reading. The stars, the words still really well seen. The date's still clearly visible. The wreath around the head, you can see every single detail of that. Liberty, you can still see it. The cap, you can see very well. The ribbon is very visible. The back has very little wear. It's more on the high points. You can still see all the wording in the ribbon. So let's see if I can get that to show up better for you to see. So it'd be an extra fine. You see the high points here? There's some wear to it. The high point down here, a little bit of wear. Otherwise, all the stars are still present. The wording on the ribbon you can still read. There's a little bit of wear here. So if you were to grade that one, and you have no idea on how to grade them, if you use your red book and you open it up to the barber halves, or in this case, barber quarter, and you look at how they tell you to grade it, it'll tell you where to put this. And let's see. Just had it. I closed it. So G4 would be good, which means the date and legend's legible. Liberty worn off headband. This was not worn off, so it's still there. VG8, very good. Some letters in the Liberty legible. The whole entire word Liberty is kind of hard to see, though. It's still all there. And that sun's coming in, so it's going to make it harder for me to show you this coin. So actually, I'm going to place this one because all the letters for Liberty is clearly visible. It's going to be a VF20 to an extra fine 40. That's where it's going to fall. it wasn't so tiny, this is smaller than a barber half. A barber half, you could see that way more easier on the camera than you could on the quarter. That's not what I had up there. I had this up there. So also as a reminder, if I reach 1K, you guys, there will be an epic giveaway to be announced. I'm getting close. I'm at 150, almost 155 or 56 away from 1K. So share me out with your friends, your family, your coworkers. Anybody you think that would like to see the stuff that I have to offer or learn the information I have to give them, share me out to them. And also as a reminder too, I do the 1 ounce giveaway at the end of the month for sharing me out. If you put @Dolls_Dolly on it, it would alert me that you shared me out and you don't even have to say a word to me. Sometimes it doesn't always work, so it's always best just to let me know. Because I need to verify that you shared me out in order to go on the 1 ounce giveaway at the end of the month. So if nobody has any questions about barber halves, we'll move on till next week. We'll do some more varieties on barber halves. I kind of just opened it up a little bit. There wasn't that many people in here. And then after next week, we'll determine what's the next coin we are going to talk about. And make sure you bring your donuts and your coffee. Bring me some cookies. I really need some. Just saying. And I'll give you guys a couple minutes if you have any questions on barber halves. Any questions on anything else too, feel free to ask in the chat as well. And if you have, life can be and sometimes it comes back to bite you, so be careful what you do. No, just saying. All right, you guys, I'm going to end this here. I will see you guys on the flip side. And Jimmy, just so you know, we are working on getting it designed on that shirt. Mr. Oz is getting down to business on getting it done. So as soon as it's designed, then I'll let everyone else know too. I'll offer it up to you guys. So with that being said, have a blessed evening on Monday. Have love for one, friendships for many, and blessings for all. Have a great day, and thanks for coming in, you guys.